Imagine I would be driving around drunk. I don't even have a car. Let's say I had a car, I would drive around drunk, racing all over the place. What would people do? They would say, hey, you need to catch this man. This man is endangering himself and other people. But what if the judge would say, no, 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 no. Mr. Dawson has free will. He has the right to will whatever he wills. So he wills what he wills. You guys need to deal with that will. So he has a will, and you guys are in bondage to get along with that will. Even if that will is at your expense and it will harm you. Then, someone says, oh, they need to shoot Rashid. Then, I can go to the judge and say, but Rashid, they want to shoot you, but they have a will. They can will what they will, and you're bound to follow their will. You see how this goes? This whole idea of free will does not add up. Look, haven't you noticed that when people talk about free will, it's always about what they want? It's always about their escape. When it's the will of someone else that goes against their ease, they don't recognize it. See, they say it's rape, it's a violation, or it's some type of crime. But when they will something, they always have a reason why they will it, and they always have a reason why they're allowed to push it through no matter what. Look, the only will that's legitimate by itself naturally is the will of the Heavenly Father. And every will on the earth has to follow the will of the Heavenly Father. Every human being on the earth has obligation to follow the will of the Heavenly Father. As simple as that. No human being has the permission, the consent, nor the right, nor the permission at all to deviate from the will of the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father tolerates human beings to do this just so they can destroy themselves and show why they're unfit and unworthy to remain on the earth forever. That's why the reprobate are deported to the lake of fire. God's will is absolute, perfect, and good and beneficial for everyone. Anyone who goes against that will, they have something to explain. Now, human beings have obligations towards one another, and so people can expect things from you. People can demand things from you, absolutely, as long as they can account for it. As long as they can account for it. And that's the thing about worldly people. They want to escape and be left alone in a predictable existence without ever being challenged, without ever being bothered. And that goes directly against the will of the Heavenly Father. So, there's no such thing as free will. There's no such thing as boundaries, because the earth is one system, is one house. So all these boundaries, all these principles are things we imagine and enforce on the outside. Boundaries are all about binding others to relieve yourself. It's all about you controlling others so that you are at ease. That's what boundaries come down to. But here's the thing. We are allowed to manage people, we're allowed to restrain people when they become dangerous, but we're not allowed to bind people just because we will it. So the whole concept of boundaries is narcissistic. Yet people don't question it. It goes like this. I will what I will. You're not allowed to challenge nor change it because I will it. And that's why I put limits on you so that my will is secured. I will it. I don't have anything to explain to you. I will it, and I want to put limits on you so that you get along with the will I decided. And if you don't, I have a right to take action against you to validate the limits I've put on you. That's what it comes down to. Free will, boundaries, all those concepts are narcissistic. You cannot invest in a narcissistic concept and be blessed with Heavenly Father. It doesn't go that way. Turn away from your wicked ways. Any belief based on free will, whether it's boundaries, principles, or whatever you come up with, personal space, privacy, private lives, no matter whatever you come up with based on free will is an abomination and is an offense against the Heavenly Father, and it's a crime towards your fellow human beings. Because anytime you insist on any of those wicked ways, you're generating danger in the earth, both towards yourself and others. And the Heavenly Father is under no obligation to tolerate you to do that. He can take you out anytime he wants. He doesn't do it yet for his glory's sake, and it turns around for believers. But even if you're a believer, especially if you're a believer, do not persist in those wicked ways. Give them up. Be at peace.